Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. And it is yours truly, my Bat Chat 12T 100 Battle Challenge. And this was a pretty painful battle. We're here on Great Wall or Iron Wall or the border of the wall, Empire's border. And I have a terrible ping. This is something I've been fighting. If you've been watching me stream for the last 3 or 4 times, it seems like about 3 or 4 in the afternoon, I get this crazy ping circus going on. So naturally, when it happens, I'm driving a light tank. So we're on defense. I come up here. I see our 12T goes through like an idiot and somehow gets through there without losing any hit points and then gets tracked. And now he's just sitting there. And look at the ping, man. I'm anywhere from 200 to 300s. If I'm lucky, I'm down at 150. All kinds of red blinking packet loss warnings and stuff. Now this 12T, I guess he DCs or something. He's spinning around in circles. I don't know how he's got his hit points. I can't figure that one out. The 430 comes out. There, now I finally lost some hit points. 430 comes out to do something. I don't know. This guy's spinning around. That's a bummer. And I'll back out. The point of this video is, to a large extent, all of the other things that are going on around you can be mitigated by playing well, by being careful, by understanding that your ping's bad. And that even applies obviously to what type of tank you have, what the map is. All these things come together to make a good game. It's not just one thing. It's not just that I'm driving an OP tank, or it's not just that my ping's better or that my twitch skills are better. You got to take into account everything that's going on. In this game, I'm looking at this going, all right, well, I've got this ridiculous ping, and the worst thing is being the packet losses. You can see the jerkiness of everything as it updates. So we'll just see what I can do with this. I'm going to hang out here for now. The 430 can do what he's doing with those guys. He's got the armor and the ability to do it. I don't need to be up there poking. So what I'm waiting for is for them to get a little crazy, because they have stacked up pretty well right there. So I'm going to actually come out right here to see if I can get a shot. But with the packet loss and the ping, it's so jerky. You see my turret spazzing around. And then I notice the T95 coming up, so they don't need a little light tank in amongst them. So let's just reposition here. Small reposition. I'm watching the flanks. The T26E5 has it sorted down there for now. There's a JPZ 100 way in the back, so if they push up towards him, they're going to eat some shots. This really seems to be the main attack here, so I'm just going to try to work around the edges of it and be annoying to the attackers. Just going to try to be annoying to the attackers. I can use this little low space right here. Object 257 is staring down a 103B. Not really the brightest thing to do, but he actually hits him and does some damage. So well done on his part. So I'll go up here to the left of the 103B. So if they want to come to me, they're going to have to expose themselves quite a bit and expose themselves to his shots. So we'll hang out here for now. The 95 is doing the same thing from that side. They're going to have a really hard time pushing into this with a 103B and a 95 parked right here, blapping them as they come in. And I'm a bit concerned about the west side, because while there's been a T10 spotted there, there's a lot of tanks that haven't been shown yet, so I'm not really sure where they all are. Obviously, on the east side, they didn't send much. Our guys are pushing through, which makes me think that pretty soon we're going to have some lights from behind and guys shooting these guys in the back. So I might be able to push through. Just waiting for it to develop. There goes the Emil, the Centurion, the ISM. T95's clicking over there. Probably the artillery or maybe some TD shooting from that direction. The 12T on the enemy team falls back. There's a medium way back there. Okay, now we got a Badger and a T10 and a Carnarvon AX behind us. That's where the rest of them are. Gonna see what happens. I noticed this happening back behind us. I'm thinking about whether I'm going to push through, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to work with the JPZ, IS-3, and 257s. I'll probably get deleted. The other thing I have to take into consideration is that I have a terrible ping. So it's going to be more difficult to do that in the front, coming off the front there, but with these guys busy staring at tanks in front of them, I'll have a better chance of getting through here. So I'll just kind of auto-aim. Why? Because I've got a bad ping, so I'm just going to have to rely on the auto-aim thing going down. He gets a shot, but I am... Ugh! All kinds of craziness. T10's going in. I decided to ram him. Not really the brightest thing right there. But down they go. So we get guys in behind. They get their turrets turned. We take them down. And I'll push in here towards the artillery. Pretty much the route is on. Really relying on auto aim here. Just because it is so difficult. Just because it is so difficult to control. We'll reload. Pushing on in. Do a little jump right there. There's the 55-58. He's aiming at me, so I'm going to give him some on his view anyway. Right to left movement so that his turret has to move. This is a pretty funny sequence. He's coming at me. Look at how the game's having trouble updating right there. Get a shot on him. Oh, rock. Did not notice that while I was playing. Another rock, and he says, ooh, I'm going to ram this light. That was close. That was very close. Definitely not one, though. They've still got some good tanks. Push in here. They've cleaned up. See the guys that pushed in on the east side? That's one of the problems on this map when you win a flank early and you think you're going to push in like that. Often there are campers in the back because you're probably a little beat up, will eat you alive, and then you'll get crossfired from the guys in the middle like the JPZ because our guys in the middle did not force them to change what they're doing. I see their patent at 100%. Down goes their JPZ, so things are looking good now. Sort of waiting for the Sturv and the 130 or 430 to come around and help us. I've got a Charioteer myself. Charioteer is a 2-shot. I'm a 2-shot, so it'll take 4 shots on the patent. But there's an IS-3A, a 257, and a Standard B still running around out there. So I'll avoid him. Down goes the Standard B. That's good. Okay, now the patent's headed up that way. I'm trying to get by the Charioteer here because I want to jump on this patent. And I'm thinking the Charioteer is going to go in with me. Here comes the 103B. Joe, having trouble. There we go. Finally get the auto. Nope, auto aim's not there. Ah! So having trouble there with the fingers. The auto aim in this game is just terrible. It's not mech'd very well at all. Gonna force a reload. And again, I know I've got this crummy ping. If I had a better ping, I'd be down there screaming around, moving around already, just trying to distract them as much as possible. Unfortunately, 103B gets crushed. There's a bounce. Hit. There we go. Finally get this thing going. But we don't kill the silly patent, and that's a bummer. So I've got to run away. And I knew this sequence was going to be kind of painful because of the ping and the packet loss. It was really hard to control the tank. We'll just dodge into these buildings, though, and cover up. There we go. So I'm trying to get... come on. There we go. Finally get... out. And we get rid of that guy. Took a while. Move on over to the IS-3A. So not an amazing game. 2 kills. 1,799 damage. But just taking what I got and working with it, I think is your big lesson on this. And it's not necessarily just for ping. It's anything that the game throws at you. The RNG, getting bad rolls. All the various silliness of teams. Their deployment silliness. Guys not helping you push or supporting you. All that stuff has to be, just roll with it, man, and keep working at it. Probably the best bet is to get more careful via vice more risky, I suppose. Not the word I was looking for, but if things are going bad, just carefully consider. And the thing is, this game will allow that. This game will actually allow that. Unlike a twitchy FPS where a really bad ping like that would cause you all kinds of problems. Maybe you'd go to sniper mode or something like that in a game like that. But for this one, you can still be effective. Lots of very good players run with fairly high pings all the time. So don't let it get you down. Just hang in there. Keep plugging at it. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, and we will see you.